Turning now to your community focus, the Rhode Island Department of Labor and Training is out with its latest jobs report. And here to break down all the numbers and tell us about the state's labor force as a whole is Matt Weldon, director of the Rhode Island DLT. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So let's start with the most recent numbers from January. What do they tell us?
So the January unemployment rate went down 1/10 of a point to 3.1%. That number is good. It keeps us competitive in the region and across the country. We're tied with some other states for the 19th lowest rate in the country. Massachusetts was at 3.6%, Connecticut at 3.9%, the U.S. rate at 3.4%. So we're still ahead and we're doing pretty well there. At the same time, we added 500 people to the working Rhode Islanders, 500 more working residents, which is good because that's a number that we want to keep an eye on and make sure that we have Rhode Islanders engaged in meaningful employment. We also lost 100 people from our labor force, and we'll talk a little bit about the benchmark in a minute. That's a number that we're absolutely keeping an eye on. We need to make sure that we have the employees to help employers now with their needs and in the future. And Rhode Island's jobs count in January went down by 700, but interestingly enough, up by 1,200 in private sector jobs. So 1,200 new jobs in the private sector is great. Down 1,900 in the government sector, 1,100 student workers at colleges and universities because of the break. So we should see that wash out and see it correct itself in the next month or two. But all in all, I think it's a decent report.
Now, you mentioned that benchmark revision process is an annual process. You just finished that at DLT. Walk us through roughly what that looks like and why this is an important thing to do.
Sure. So we often talk about the numbers, but we don't talk about how we get those numbers.
Yeah.
And I think some people think we pull them out of a hat. And that's not exactly how it works. The Federal Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, conducts 2 surveys every month throughout the country. They do a household survey of about 700 households in Rhode Island and an employer survey of about 1,100 employers. Those survey responses generate data that's run through algorithms and uses other data to come up with what are estimates. They're called preliminary estimates. Every month we release those, like I just told you, the preliminary estimates for January. Next month when we release the unemployment rate, we'll have about 3 weeks of jobs data that has been available since we released those estimates. So every month we'll release a new month and a revision for the previous month. And that's because it's a data correction exercise, and as more data becomes available, you go in and make adjustments. The benchmarking process happens in March every year, where we now have a full year's worth of data for the year before. We go in and revise that, plus 4 more years, so we go back 5 years. So the numbers are always changing. What did the benchmarks tell us? There's a lot of movement in these numbers. Every time I come in, I say, a monthly report's a good snapshot of where the economy is or where the job market is, but it's not a perfect picture. We look at the benchmark and we can see tons of movement. Pick a category, labor force, the number of people that are working or actively seeking full-time work. Revised up for 6 months, revised down for 6 months. Employed Rhode Islanders, up for 5 months, down for 7 months. You can see there's a lot of movement. At the end of the day, I look year over year. December of 21 to December of 22, we added 900 people working Rhode Islanders. We lost 2,400 in our labor force, and that's clearly the number that we're focused on. We need to make sure we get people connected to employment.
We've got just about 15 seconds left, but I want you to address something that I've heard before, and I'm sure you hear it. People say the unemployment rate is so low because they're missing a vast swath of people that have maybe dropped out of the labor force entirely.
The labor force absolutely impacts that rate because those are people that are either looking for work or working full time. But the unemployment rate is done the same way in every single state, and we use contemporary data. We can't use historical data in a contemporary process or you'll get a mixed result. So what we have is a 3.1 number. It's consistent throughout the country. It's done that way so I can measure it against other states and points in time. Labor force is an issue. We need to focus on it.
All right, Director Matt Weldon from the DLT, thanks as always for your time.
Thank you.